The second question for this exam is an email validation checker, where the task is to create a program that asks the user to input one email address and prints whether it is a valid looking email or not. To be considered valid, it must contain an @ sign, it must contain a dot sign after the @ sign, and if it is a valid email, then the program has to print true, and if it is not a valid email, it should print false. Looking at some sample runs here, the program asks or prompts the user to input your email. And if they input something like someone@example.com, then program prints true. But upon being prompted to input your email, if the user types something like someoneexample.com for where the @ sign is missing, then the program prints false. We don't have to check for multiple @ symbols, and we don't have to check for multiple dot symbols or a dot that comes before the @ symbol. So let's start with this program. Again, over here, we can just start with a simple while loop, where first we will store the email in a variable called email, and we will get the input using the input function. And the prompt should be input your email, which you will simply copy from the instructions to avoid making a mistake. And next, we will strip this. First of all, we should make sure that the @ sign exists in the email that has been input. So if the @ sign is not in email, then the program will print false and break out of the while loop. But if it does not break out, which it means that the @ sign was found in the email that was entered. So now we need to find the position or the index of the email, and we will store it in this variable @_index using the index method, and we will pass it as an argument the @ symbol. And now we need to check that the dot sign exists after the @ symbol. So let's find that it does exist, and it is after the @ symbol. So first of all, if the dot sign is present in the email, and here we will check from starting from the index where we found the @ sign up till the end, so @_index : and if this is true, that means that both of our conditions have been met. It contains an @ sign and it contains a dot sign after the @ sign. So for us, this is a valid email, and we will print true. Otherwise, so we'll use an else condition here. We will print false, and then it will just break, because we have to check only once. The email has to be input only once. That is why we are breaking out of the while loop after we have done all the checks and printed either true or false. So let's check whether our program is correct or not. And we have passed the test. So that is it for question number 2, email validation checker.